Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Please type in comments if my voice is clear. Am I audible to all? All right, so let's start with the topic simple interest and compound interest. It's not a different topic, but whatever you have studied in percentage, it is just similar to that only. Okay, let's see how the basic works in this. Okay, on one side I'm writing simple interest, on other side it is compound interest. Now let's see how it works. First of all, let me introduce with you few terms. First is principal, second is rate of interest, third is time, next one is amount, and last one is compounding. So let's see, principal is the amount you borrow, amount borrowed. It means the principal is the sum at which the interest is charged, at which the interest is charged. And rate of interest will be the rate by which the interest will be accumulated over that principal. It is generally is in percentage. Generally क्या होता है percentage में ये. Time can be, you know, that amount borrowed, borrow for a specific period. It can be in anything. It can be in years. It can be in months also. It can be in days. And the last one is amount. Amount is A, which means it includes your principal as well as interest. For an example, let's say you took 5,000 from a bank, and bank is taking 5,600 at the last. So here in this 5,000 is the principal for you, and 5,600 is a amount which you have to pay. Amount includes interest as well. In this 5,600, your principal, which was 5,000, as well as interest, which is gap of these two, which is 600. It includes both principal as well as interest. And the compounding is the term which means that after how much time interest will be charged. That is compounding. We'll see in the questions how the compounding can change everything in this. Okay, got it till here. Now let's move further. First is your simple interest. Second is your compound interest. Now, simple interest means flat percentage. Flat percentage. Compound interest means successive percentage. And this principle is same for everywhere. And this principle increases every year. Okay, let's take an example to understand it. First of all, let's write formula for these two. Simple interest formula, you must be aware that it is P into R into T by 100. Done. And for compound interest, we have a formula for amount, which is P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n, where R is your rate of interest and n is your time. These are generic formulas which are used in this topic. Now let's take an example to understand it. Let's say a question is given to you. Principal is 1000 rupees. Rate of interest is 10% per annum. Time is 2 years. And then they can ask you simple interest, they can ask you compound interest, they can ask you amount in CSI, they can ask you amount in CI as well. So simple interest is simple. Every year you will be getting 10%. It means first year you will be getting 10%. In second year also you will be getting 10%. Since the base is same, so I can add them. So how much percentage you are getting in total? After 2 years you are getting 20% of your principal in the simple interest. So the simple interest, if you want to calculate, that is 20% of this, isn't it? So that's why we will calculate 20% of this, isn't it? So this will be 200. And the amount in simple interest would be principal, which is 1000 plus 200, which will be 1200. This we did with the logic of percentage. You can put it into this formula also. Everything will be fine in this. Can I move away? Noted? Alright. Same question. Let's do it with compound interest now. Same question. Principal is your 1000. Rate of interest is 10%. Time is 2 years. Then I'm asking you CI as well as amount in CI. Getting it? Alright. So what will happen in compound interest? Initially the interest will be charged over 1000. So 10% will be charged over it. So 10% of it is 100. So now this is interest you get after first year. Interest you get after first year. But for the next year, first year amount after first year would be 1100, isn't it? Interest plus your principal. So first year amount becomes principal for second year. Principal for second year in compound interest. So here the 10% now would be charged on 1100. So 10% of it is how much? 10% of it is 110. So now in the second year you will be getting 110. So finally you are getting how much? 1100 plus 110. It is 1210. So total interest you got is 100 rupees in the first year, 110 in the second year. So you can take it 210 as the complete compound interest, or you can get it from here also, that the difference between principal and amount will give you interest, which is 210, and the amount after 2 years in the compound interest is 1210. I hope everyone got it. Please type in comments if you got it. Now same compound interest we can relate with percentage increase. In percentage increase, I told you old value and new value. So here for the compound interest problems, your old value will become your principal and the new value will be becoming your amount. So how you can from principal you want to go to new value, which is your amount. How you can go in one line? Rate of interest is 10%. So let's say rate of interest is 10%. So what fraction I should write here? It is percentage increase. After applying interest, always the amount increases. So I will be writing here 110 by 100 for first year. It is for first year. For second year, I have to again write it like this, and this will become our amount. If you want to do it in one line, so principal is 1000. So 110 divided by 100 into 110 divided by 100, that is equal to your amount after 2 years. So if you cancel it, the 4 zeros will get cancelled and you are left with 1210, which is your amount after 2 years, isn't it? Amount is 1210. If you want to calculate only interest, so that would be 1210 minus your principal, which is 1000. So your answer would be 210 in that case also. See here, questions of simple interest are very simple. You can directly apply the formula sometimes and you can get the answer. But compound interest, there are 2-3 methods. First is like this, second is like this, and third one I am going to tell you using the successive percentage formula. Okay, let's do it with the successive percentage formula. Question was, principal is 1000, rate of interest is 10%, time is 2 years, and I am asking you CIN amount. What we know that this 10% is not flat. It means first this 10% will be applied, then after that whatever amount, whatever interest we will receive, that will be added into your principal, and that will become amount of first year, and that amount of first year will become the principal for the second year. So that's why it's a successive. First the first percentage apply, then the second percentage apply. So since it's a how many times 10% will be applied? 10% will be applied 2 times. So let's convert this successive percentage into flat percentage. What formula you know? It is a plus b plus ab by 100. So when you convert it, treat it like a, treat it like b. So it would be 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 divide by 100. So now it is 21%. It means that if you calculate 21% of your principal, you can directly arrive at compound interest. So compound interest here would be 1000 multiplied by 21% divided by 100. So which will give you 210. Getting it? If you want to directly calculate amount, so principal into 21% increase. So directly you will write 121 by 100 to arrive at your amount. So principal is 1000. So it would be 121 divided by 100 is equal to A. From here, two zeros get cancelled. So it will become 1210, which is your amount for the question. I hope you got it. Please type in comments if you got the concept. All the three concepts. All the three ways to do compound interest. Alright, sometime only some methods will be workable. That's why I told you all the three methods. Now let's come to compounding. What is compounding actually? Let's say principal is 1000. Rate of interest is 20% per annum. And time is 1 year. So they can ask you CI, they can ask you SI. First of all, compounding has no relation with CI. Remember it, huh? Compounding has no relation with CI. Sorry, no relation with SI. It is only related to SI. Sorry. Wait. Let me clear. Compounding has no relation with simple interest. It is only applicable to compound interest. So for simple interest, if you want to calculate, it is, what is SI? SI for this would be 1000 multiplied by 20 into 1 divided by 100. So from here, SI is equal to 200. And the amount in SI would be 1200. Getting it? Now, if I add a term in this, that compounding is semi-annual. See here. Now, what it means? It means that the semi-annual means after 6 months. Year is of 12 months. So after 6 months, it means that the interest will be charged every 6 months. Every 6 months. Got it? This is the meaning of this line. Now, but in the question, you are given rate of interest which is 20% per annum. This is a rate per year. Per annum means 20% you will charge per year. Getting it? And the time is 1 year. So now, as per the compounding, if compounding is given in the question, it means that you have to convert your rate of interest as per the compounding. Now, see here. 1 year means 12 months rate of interest is how much? 12 months rate of interest is 20%. But we will charge interest rate after every 6 months. After every 6 months. So rate of interest for 6 months will remain how much? It would be 10%. Isn't it? Now, as per the compounding, time will also change. As per the compounding, time will also change because interest will be charged after 6 months. So in 1 year, how many times interest will be charged? It will be charged 2 times. 2 times. Isn't it? How you calculated it? because two pairs of 6 months are possible in this. So compounding, remember it, compounding has effect only on percentage and time. So for now, solving the question, your rate of interest becomes 10% and your time becomes 2. Your time becomes 2 for solving this question. Get it? So now, indirectly, this question becomes now P is 1000, rate of interest is 10% and T becomes your 2 to solve this question now. Getting it? So now you can solve it. It is just like the previous one. So if you do it by first way, it is 1000, 10% will be charged over it. So 10% is 100. So it will become 1100. Then again 10% will be charged. So it will become 1210. So finally interest you are getting is 210 rupees. Now tell me you got the compounding concept or not. Alright, now let's jump to questions directly. It's a easy compound interest, simple interest is easy. You have to just remember 3-4 terms only. After that you'll be able to solve all the questions of simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest is quite easy. You can solve every question directly. Let's come to this first. Solve it and answer it. Just remember all the 3 methods I just told you for compound interest as well as compounding. We read the question again. They are asking simple interest, not amount. Amount is different from simple interest. Amount will be including your principal as well. So here in this question, it is a question of simple interest. So 10% will be charged over 3 years. It means 30% will be charged over completely. Isn't it? So just calculate 30% of 1000, which will give you 300, which is the answer for this question. And if you want to do it by formula is SI is equal to PRT by 100. So if you put it there, 1000 multiplied by 10 time is 3 divided by 100. So it will also give you 300. Whatever method you use, you can directly do it with percentage as well as with formula also. Okay, let's come to next one. Just answer it. And remember one thing also, if nothing is mentioned in the question, nothing mentioned means they are not saying that it is CI or it is SI. So we will treat it as SI always. Remember it. Now solve this question and answer it fast. Aman answering 6. Okay, let's see here. Question says Reena took a loan of 1200. So whatever you take as a loan or borrow, that is called principal. And the simple interest for as many years as the rate of interest. It means rate is equal to time in this. If she paid 432 as an interest, so SI is given to you as 432. Question is asking you find the rate of interest. So just put it into the formula of SI. SI is equal to PRT by 100. SI is equal to PRT by 100. So SI is given to you as 432. P is 1200. And in place of R, we can substitute T or R, whatever we want to do. I can write it like R into R divided by 100. So from here, 0, 0 get cancelled. And 12 it cut it at 3. And 36 is equal to R square. So from here, value of R is 6. It means rate of interest is also 6. And if they ask you time, that way that is also 6. So the answer for the question is option B. Got it? Please type it in comments. If you got it, please type in comments. Alright, let's move to next one. Okay, answer for the question. Sukrit answering it correct. Okay, let's see the question. If you Not arrived at your correct answer. Let's see how to do it. What we know, this is the question of simple interest first. First thing is, this is a question of simple interest. Second thing is, we know one thing, that in simple interest we have a formula, but formula won't work here because not the direct values are given here. And the second thing, we know that principal is same every year. Principal is same every year. So how we can apply this to solve this question? Principal is same every year. For an example, let's take an example to understand it. Let's say principal is 10%, and sorry, not principal. Principal is 1000 and rate of interest is 10% and time is 3 years. So what happens in SI is 10% will be charged on first year. So first year interest would be 100. Getting it? And in second year again the 10% will be charged on 1000. So second year also the interest is 100. Third year again the interest will be charged over this percent. So again it is 100. So what is the concept? Concept is SI is same every year. SI is always same every year. Because the principal is same and rate of interest is also same. So that's why they will give you same value every year. Now the question says interest for third year is 3000. It means interest for first year will also be 3000. For second year also it will be 3000. And for every year that will be 3000 only. Isn't it? Now the question is asking you 6th, 7th and 8th year interest. So 6th year that will giving you interest of 3000. 7th year also it will give you 3000. And 8th year also it will give you 3000. So finally it will give you 9000 in these 3 years. So that's why the answer is option B. I hope you got it. Please type in comments if you still have any doubt regarding this. Alright, come to next one. Answer it. See here, sometime you have to apply concept, sometime in this SI, sometime it is direct formula based, sometime you can use percentage also. Answer fast. Answer is 5000. Aman is giving answer 5000. So Creed giving 5000. Anyone else? You can do without formula also, just using percentage only. See here. In simple interest, everything is flat. It means if you are getting 3% extra, and that is for 2 years, so how much extra you are getting actually? 3% in 2 years, 3%, 3%. In total you are getting 6% overall. Got it? In total you are getting 6% overall, and value of that 6% is given to you as 300, isn't it? So 6% is 300 given to you in the question. So from here 1% is 50. And principal, when you are dealing with principal is always 100% when you are using the logic of percentage. So just calculate 100% of it, which will give you 5000, which is the answer for this question. Option B. You can do by taking variable also, but I am not focusing on that. I will use variable only when the question is not solvable with tricks or percentage logic. Got it or not? Tell me in the comments, please. Then I proceed further. Okay, let's move to the next one and answer it. Okay. Don't worry. Let's understand it. Huh? Okay, let's see the solution. First thing is, this is the question of SI. And in SI, you know formula, which is SI is equal to PRT by 100. But you cannot apply this formula in this. So you have to apply concept. Concept is principal remains same every year. What is the concept related to SI? Principal same and interest is also same every year. So what I know that a sum amounts to 1008 in 2 years. It means what? This is amount after 2 years. Amount after 2 years, which is 1008. Now the second one is given to you as amount after 3 years. It is amount after 3 years. 1112. Now see here, in amount of 2 years, what is included? It includes principal. It includes interest for first year. It includes interest for second year, which is, and finally it is equal to 1008. Now in the second one, it is amount of 3 years. So it means it includes principal, it includes interest of first year, it includes interest of second year, it includes interest of third year, which is equal to 1112. So now if you observe the difference between these two, the difference is only of this, isn't it? And what we know that first year, second year, third year, interest will be same every year. So whatever difference we are observing between these two values, that is only due to the interest of third years. So whatever is the difference between these two, that will be the interest for third year, isn't it? So third year interest is equal to how much? 1112 minus 1008, which will give you how much? Calculated. It is, I think, 104. It is 104. Now, if you have 104 as an interest, can you calculate principal now? We have amount for 2 years. If we subtract interest of 2 years from it, we will arrive at the principal. So if 1 year interest is 104, so 2 year interest would be how much? 208. Isn't it? 2 year interest is 208. So now the principal would be 1008, which is your amount, and I'll subtract 2 year interest from it, which is 208. So your final principal is 800. Getting it? So principal is 800. So out of these options, 2 have 800 as one option. So these two are eliminated from the picture. Now let's see the rate of interest. Now interest you got in 1 year is 104 and principal is 800. So rate of interest is nothing but interest divided by principal. So rate of interest into 100 also. So rate of interest is 104 divided by 800 multiplied by 100. So when you solve it, it will give you 13% per annum. So answer is option A for this question. Got it or not? Please type in comments. Huh? Remember only 3 things for SI: principal same, interest same, as well as that formula. You can solve any question using these 3 logics only. Now let's move to next one. Answer it. Okay, let's say this question. Don't worry, I'll tell you two methods to tackle this. First is the basic one, only variable works here. A shopkeeper borrowed 20,000 from two money lenders. It does not mean that 20,000 each. It means that total 20,000 borrowed. We don't know that how much from one lender and how much from the second lender. First one was at 12% per annum and second one as 14% per annum after 1 year, and the time period given is 1 year, and the interest he paid from both is 2560. What is this? So now what you will write here? Interest from 12% plus interest from 14%, it is equal to 2560. That's the question says. Now we don't have principal. So how would I assume the principal? Let's say your principal is X for the first one, for the first money lender. So if principal is X, rate of interest is 12. So I'll write here 12. Time period is 1. So I'll write here 1, because interest formula for in SI is PRT divided by 100. And then if out of 20,000, first one is X, so second one would be 20,000 minus X, isn't it? Now 14 multiplied by 1 and divided by 100, and you will equate it with 2560. Getting it? So from here you can take 1 by 100 common, so it will be 12x plus 14 to the 28,000 minus 14x is equal to 2560. Done. From here now it will become 28,000 minus 2x is equal to 256,000. Done. Now from here 2x is equal to 256,000 minus 28,000. Okay, check calculation once. We did everything correct or not? Where is the error? Can you tell me? In the calculation. Oh yeah. It should be 20,000 instead of 2,000. Huh? That was the error. Yeah, it is 20,000. Now it will become 1 by 100 common, it is 12x plus 2 lakh 14 to the 28 and 4 zeros, 2,80,000 minus 14x is equal to 2560. So from here 400 minus 2x is equal to 25600. Getting it? So from here 2x is equal to 284 times 0 minus 256,000 here should be So 2x is equal to how much? 24,000. So from here x is equal to 12,000. It means your first principal is 12,000. If your first principal is 12,000 and 20,000 was borrowed, so your first out of 20,000, first principal is 12,000. So second principal would be how much? 8,000. Simple. So 12,000 and 8,000 is the correct answer. So answer is option B. Got it or not? Fine till here? Alright, now let's see how to do it with options. You can do this question with options also. What do you know that shopkeeper borrowed total 12,000, and at the last of the question they are asking how much principals were borrowed. So first of all, in options you will verify whether the two principal sum is 20,000 or not. If you check 8,000, 12,000, 20,000, 12,000, 8,000, 20,000, 6 and 14 also 20, 14 and 6 also 20. It means all the four option is satisfying this condition. Getting it? Now we'll check. We'll calculate interest over this option by option, and the addition of both interest, if gives you 2560, that will become our answer for the question. So let's say 12%. Let's take option first. 12% over it and 14% over it. So 12% of it is 960 and 14% of it would be how much? 14% of it would be something around 1680. So if you add it, it is something 042640. But our answer is 2560. So that's why this option is gone from the picture. Now let's come to second one. For second one, we will charge 12% over it and 14% over it. If you calculate 12% over it, it will give you 1440. And 14% of it, 14 is 112. So it means 1120. So if you add it, it will give you 2560, which is given in the question also. So that's why option 2 satisfies the condition. That's why it will become answer for the question. I hope everyone got it. Please type in comments if you got the method by options. Alright, let's move to next one. Please answer it. When nothing clicks, even frame equation always. And sometimes you can solve question using options also. I'll prefer options for this also. Yes, it is same as last. But there 1 year was given, here 5 years is given. Okay, let's see it. First of all, let's do it with the equation. 950 will be lent in two ways. First at 6%, second at 4%, and time period is 5 years. If SI of 5 years is 200, then how much was given at 6%? It means total SI from both the schemes is 200. So let's say first principal is X. You invested it at 6%, time period is 5 years, then divided by 100. For second one, you will write 950 minus X, and it is given at 4% rate of interest, so multiplied by 5 and divided by 100, and finally it is equal to 200. Getting it? So it is 1 by 100 you can take as a common. So it is 30x plus 20 into 19,000 minus 20x is equal to 200. Done. So from here 19,000 plus 20x will give you 20,000. So from here 20x is equal to 1000. So value of x is 500. It means the sum which was lent at 6% is 500. Got it? I hope everyone got it, huh? Let's do it with options also. Let's see how to apply options in this as well. 10x okay, wait, let me check. Is this equation correct? Alright, so it is 30x by 100, then it would be 95 in 950 into 20. Okay, let me check. It is 19,000 plus 20x, sorry, minus 20x is equal to 200. From here 1 by 100 will give you 10x plus 19,000 is equal to 200. So from here 10x is plus 19,000 will give you 20,000. So from here 10x is equal to 1,000, x is equal to 1,000. So 1,000 is the correct answer for this question, which is option D. Sorry, 100 is the correct answer. Here also I did mistake. 100 is the correct answer. Now let's see how to do directly with options. This is equation based method. Now let's see how to do it with options. We know that SI will be calculated for 5 years, and 6% for 5 years would be how much? 6% for 5 years would be 30%, and 4% for 5 years would be 20%. So now they are asking how much was given at 6%, and options are for 6% options. It means for this. Let's check option 1. Out of 950, if you lent 500 at 6%, so interest you will get is 500 multiplied by 30 divided by 100. And the remaining one out of 950 would be 450 will be given at 4%, which gives you 20 divided by 100. So finally it will give you 150, and this will give you 90, which is equal to how much? 240. So it is not satisfying because the answer must be 200. So that's why it is gone from the picture. If you can check just like this, option B and C. If you check option D, so out of 950, if 100 is on 6%, so 100 multiplied by 30 divided by 100, which will give you 30, and 850 at 20 divided by 100, which will give you 170, and 170 and 30 gives you 200. That means option D is satisfying. So just like that, you can check options here also. Okay, let's move to next one and answer it fast. Okay, many of you are answering 12. Okay, let's see the question. If a sum of money doubles in 6 years in simple interest, it means that if you invested principal 1 rupee, amount you are getting is 2 rupees. So interest you got is how much? 1 rupee only. So 1 rupee you are getting in 6 years. So they are asking in how much time it will become 4 times. See here. 4 times means if principal amount should be 4. So it means how much interest you should earn. You should earn 3 rupees and 3 as an interest. For 1 year you take 6 years. So for 3 year also you will take 1 year is 6 years. So 3 year means 6 into 3, which means 18 years you will take to earn 3 as an interest. So that's why answer for the question is option D. Is it okay? Tell me in the comments, please. Okay, it's a easy one, by the way, because in simple interest remains same every. If you are earning 1 rupee in 6 years, it's for 2 rupees you will take 12 years. For 3 rupees you will take 18 years. We are applying this concept only to solve this question. Okay, listen again. Those who could not understand it. It's a simple one. I am saying a sum doubles in 6 years. It means if you invested 1 rupees, you are getting 2 rupees. And it is in how many years? It is in 6 years. You invested 1 rupees, you are getting 2 rupees. It means interest you are getting is 1 rupees only. So the pattern in this simple interest is to earn 1 rupee, it takes 6 years. Now the question is asking you how much time it will take to become 4 times. It means if you invest 1 rupees, it will become 4 rupees. It means how much interest you need to become 4 times. You need 3 rupees as an interest. For 1 rupee to earn, you take 6 years. So that's why for 3 rupees to earn, for 1 rupee, you take 6 years. For 3 rupees, you will take how many years? For every 1 rupee, you will take 6 years. So for 3 years, you will take 6 into 3, which means 18 years. Simple. That's why option is B. Okay, let's come to next one. Just answer it now. Now entering into compound interest. I told you 3 methods to arrive at compound interest. Apply all 3 in this. Okay. One of you says 331 is the answer. Okay, let's do it one by one. What you know that in simple interest, you start with 1000 because it's a principal. So first of all, 10% will be charged over it. So what is 10% of it? 10% of it was how much? 10% of it is 100. So after 100, your principal becomes how much? It becomes 1100 after first year. Then again, in the second year, 10% is charged over it. Now the 10% will be on 1100. So the 10% of it is 110. Getting it? So 10% of it is 110. Now the new principal for the third year becomes 1210. Getting it? Now in the third year, again 10% over it. Now 10% of it is how much? 121. Getting it? So 121, your finally it is 13310. 13310. Getting it? 13310. So now what is this basically? Here, this is your principal. This is your amount after 3 years. Amount after 3 years. But the question is not asking you amount. Question is asking you compound interest. So compound interest is the red ones only. So total interest is how much? 100 plus 110 plus 121, which is 331. Or we can get this compound interest by subtracting principal from your amount. So if you take the difference of these two, so it will also give you 331. It will be only this much. You got it or not? Tell me in the comments, please. Okay, let's do it with I'll tell you all the methods, huh? Because in some specific questions only one works. This can be done in with all the methods. Let's come to method 2. From principal to amount, how you can directly arrive? 10% will be charged 3 times. So I'll write here 110 divide by 100, 110 divide by 100, 110 divide by 100. How many times? Number of years equal to number of years. So 3 years is given for number of years. So that's why I am writing this fraction 3 times, and that will be equal to your amount. So 1000 will be 110 divided by 100. It will be 110 divided by 100. It will be 110 divided by 100. It is equal to amount. So amount will be, from here if you cancel it, it is 1331. But the question is asking you interest. So the interest would be the difference of these two, which is 331. It is your answer for the question. Getting it? This was method 2 for this. This is basically what we are doing. Whatever the written in that formula. A is equal to what? A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. It is that only, but with the logic of percentage. Okay, let's come to method 3. Method 3 is successive percentage. Successive percentage method. So in successive percentage, we will convert this successive percentage into flat percentage. See how? We will write 3 times 10 is there. So I'll write 10, 10, 10. First of all, I'll apply successive percentage formula between these two. So that will be, formula is A plus B plus AB by 100. So here it will become 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 divided by 100. So it will become how much? It will become 21. So now the resultant between first two is 21. Now you will apply formula between these two. So it will be 21 plus 10 plus 21 into 10 divided by 100. So now it will be 31 plus 2.1. So it is basically 33.1 percentage. So it means if you calculate 33.1 percentage of the principal, you will directly arrive at compound interest for 3 years. So that means 1000 multiplied with 33.1 divided by 100 will give you 331. That is your compound interest. If using this you want to calculate amount, so you will calculate this much increase in the principal. So principal multiplied by 133.1 divided by 100 is equal to amount. So in that scenario, if you want to calculate amount, so 1000 will be multiplied with this. So your amount in that case would be 1331. Getting it? So that's how you can use successive percentage also for compound interest. Alright, I hope everyone got it. All the 3 methods. Now let's apply them in other questions also. Tell me answer for this. This is question of compounding. Some of you are saying 84. So see here, when compounding comes in the question, only two things change. Remember it. Only time and rate changes as per the compounding. So time in the question given to you as first year, it means 1 year. And rate is given as 20% per annum, means per year rate interest is given. But question says half yearly compounding. Half yearly compounding means interest will be charged over 6 months. So now see here, total 1 year is there. How many pairs of 6 years is possible? Only 2 pairs of 6 years is possible. So that's why interest, so time becomes 2 for solving this question. It means interest will be charged twice in this scheme. So now rate of interest is 20%. So now 12 months rate of interest is 20%. So 6 months, which is half of it, rate of interest will also half, isn't it? So rate of interest will be charged 10%. So it means now the indirectly the question becomes principal is 400, time becomes 2 and rate of interest becomes 10%. So you can do it normally now. So 400, 10% over it first. 10% over it, 10% of it is 40. Now it will become 440, isn't it? Now second year, again 10% will be charged over it and 10% of it will be 44. So now your final amount would be how much? It would be 484. So interest is how much? 40 and 44, which will give you 84. And if you want to calculate from this, it will the difference between these two, which will be 84. I hope everyone got it, huh? Let's move to next one. Answer it. Okay, let's see this question. Let's not waste time. Principal is 10,000. Rate of interest is 10% and time is given to you as 1 year and 73 days. Compounding is not mentioned here. So it is annual compounding only when nothing is mentioned. It means that interest will be charged after 1 year in this when compounding is not mentioned. So now the time is just above 1 year. So first year will be normal for this. First year 10% will be charged. First year 10% will be charged over it. So 10% of the 10,000 would be 1,000. So first year it is 1,000. Isn't it? So now let's see how the interest will be charged for 73 days. See here, 365 days. See here, 1 year interest is 10%. Or the same thing I can say is 365 days interest is 10%. So 1 day interest would be 10 divided by 365. Now we want to calculate interest rate for 73 days. So that would be 10 divided by 365 into 73. 73 will cut it at 5 times and 5 will cut it at 2 times. It means that for 73 days 2% interest would be charged. 2% interest would be charged. It means now this principal becomes 11,000. It will become 11,000 and 2% will be charged over it. And 2% of it is how much? 1% of it is 110, 2% is 220. So now your amount will be 11220. So total interest you earned is how much? 1000 plus 220, which will give you 1220. So your answer for the question is option D. Or you can take this interest from here also. This will also give you 1220. So whatever time is given in the question, just convert the interest for those number of months or days only. That is the only outcome of this question. Okay, let's come to next one. Just answer it. Huh? I hope everyone got it. Huh? Okay, let's see the solution of it. Huh? Question is asking you find the CIE on 8000. Rate of interest is 20% per annum and time is 9 months, but compounding is quarterly. See here. Compounding has an effect on two things. Just remember it. First is your time. Second is your rate. Time is given 9 months. And rate is given 12%, 20% per year. Compounding is quarterly. Quarterly means interest will be charged every 3 months. So first of all, we have to convert time into the slots of 3 months. So how many slots of 3 months are there possible in 9 months? So there are 3 slots. So it means indirectly to solve this question, your time becomes 3. So now we have interest rate for per year. It means it is the interest rate for 12 months. If 12 months interest rate is 20%, so 1 month interest rate would be 20 by 12. Now we need interest rate for every 3 months. So it means that 3 month interest rate would be 20 by 12 and multiplied by 3. So 3 will cut it at 4 times and 4 will cut it at 5 times. So every 3 months there will be 5% will be charged. So now the question become, principal is this, time is 3 and rate of interest is 5. So now you can apply it. 8000, 5% of it. 5% of it is 400. Now this will become 8400. Getting it? So now 5% of it. 5% of it is how much? It is 420. If you add 420 into this, so it will become 8820. Getting it? So now after it, 5% is there again for the third year. So it will be 5% of this would be how much? 882 by 2. It is 442. Getting it? So finally it will give you value 262 13262. 13262. So now they are asking for interest only. So interest is 400, 420, 442. So how much interest you are getting in total? It is 441, I think. Yes, it would be 441. So that's why the final answer would be 1261. That is the total interest in this. I hope everyone got it. I'm moving further. If you understood the concept. Okay, let's move to next one. Just answer it. Okay, better if you compounding you can do now. Let's come to this kind of question. Difference kind of question. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, do this question fast. Just remember when you are dealing with SICI, always in percentage, principal is always 100% of itself. Now let's understand the concept of it. Question is asking you if the difference between SI and CI at 4% for 2 years is 20, what will be the value of the principal? Difference is given between SI and CI for 2 years. They are asking for principal. Now let's see how to deal with it. The way is always whatever percentage is given to you, convert that into flat percentage. So in SI I am writing, in CI I am writing. SI is flat, so first year 4%, second year 4%. So in total in 2 years you will be getting 8%. Getting it? But CI is successive percentage, so 10%, 4% and 4% will be successive. So for flat percentage you will apply that formula A plus B plus AB by 100 in this. So it will be 4 plus 4 plus 4 into 4 divide by 100. So it is how much? 8.16 percentage. So CI is 8.16 percentage, SI is 8 percentage. So how much is the difference here? Difference is of 0.16 percentage, isn't it? And the difference in terms of amount, it is given as 20 rupees. So I can say 0.16 percentage is equal to 20 rupees. And I can write it like 16 by 100 for the clarity. It is equal to 20. So from here 1% would be 20 into 100 divided by 16. So if you cut it 4, how many times? 25 times, and 4 will cut it at 5 times. So value of 1% here is 125, isn't it? Question is asking you principal, so you have to calculate 100%. It means value of 100% would be 12500, which is your answer for this question. I hope everyone got it, huh? So now can you do questions related to difference of SICI? We have only this method. You can apply this method for all the questions of difference between SI and CI. All right, very nice. Come to next one. Similar question is there. Uh, you can apply your own logic. I'm just moving to the next type of the question. Let's come to this. This question comes in SI as well as CI. This is the question of CI. Okay, let's not waste time in this. So let's start the solution of it. See here. In CI, what happens? Remember it, huh? If I told you that principal is something, let's say 10,000, 10,000 and rate of interest is 10% and time period is let's say 3 years. So what we do actually? From principal to amount, how we can jump directly? By multiplying 110 by 100, by multiplying 110 by 100, by multiplying 110 by 100. How many times? Number of year times. Number of years is 3, so that's why I wrote this fraction 3 times. So every year what is happening? Can I write it 1.1, 1.1, 1.1? So in compounding, if you say compounding is simple interest is AP and compound interest is G in the form of GP, I can say, because same multiplying factor is there after every year. So after every year you need to just multiply 1.1 in the principal and you will arrive at the new amount, isn't it? So it is a basic formula for this. It means that so what I mean to say is, if let's come to the question. A sum doubles in 8 years. For CI, what happens if let's say it becomes 1 to 2 in 5 years? So it means after every 5 year it doubles. After every 5 year, I'm taking examples only. Now I have not still started the solution of the question. I'm just making you understand the concept. Listen again. I'm saying if CI becomes double in 5 years, it tells you that after every 5 years it will be doubled. It means 1 to 2 it will become in 5 years and again it will double. It means it will become 4 times in 5 years. It will become again 2 times of it, which is 8 in 5 years. That's how CI behaves. Now let's apply this concept in the question. Question says a sum doubles in 8 years. It means from 1 to 2, sum becomes in 8 years. It means so sum will double after every 8 years. So again it will double. So it will become 4 times. In how many years? Again 8 years. So question is asking you in how many times it will become 4 times. How many time from 1 to how much time it will take to becoming from 1 to 4? It is taking 8 years and 8 years. So total 16 years it is taking. So answer for the question is option A. Getting it or not, please type in comments. Okay, apply the concept in this and answer it, please, fast. Sumit says answer is 16 years. So you will write like this. 1 to 2, it becomes in 4 years. Then again it will double. It will become 4 in again next 4 years. Again 4 years it will take, it will become 8. Again 4 years it will take, it will become 16. So how many years? 4, 4, 4, 4. Total 16 years it will take to become 16 times. So answer is option B. So conceptually, we have discussed almost all the types of SICI. If you still have any doubt, I would advise you to solve the questions from book. And if you have still any doubt, you can ask me in the WhatsApp group. You have two options now: solve the questions from book, and if you still have any doubt in the question I have discussed, you can watch this video because it will remain in the channel only. You can watch this video again, if you still have any doubt. And so now let's end this session, and thank you so much for connecting with me. Thank you so much.